everybody. Hi there, good morning. Can everybody hear me?
Just tell them to say.
Give me a thumbs up or let me know if you guys can hear me. Welcome.
Callie.
Hi, Callie. Thanks, Callie. Give just a couple more minutes here for everybody, or another minute maybe or so, to give folks a chance to join us. And we'll get started with some Sunday morning Ashtanga. We have Jana here with us this morning, my amazing student and wife.
Did you run a sound check from back here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just make sure that I hear you from back here. You can talk louder when you teach too.
Hi, Jared. Okay, well, guess let's get started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's come stand at the top of your mat. We'll begin with our opening invocation. You will do call and response. So I'll say it once, you'll repeat it after me. We'll begin and end with an Om. Hands at heart center. Here we go. Big inhale. Om. Vande Gurunam, Vande Gurunam, Chardanavinde, Chardanavinde, Sandarshita, Sandarshita, Swatma Sukhavabodhe, Swatma Sukhavabodhe, Nishreyase, Nishreyase, Jangalekaya Mone, Jangalekaya Mone, Samsara, Samsara, Shala Hala Shantiyaye Abahu Purushakaram Abahu Purushakaram Shan Kechakada Sedarinam Shan Kechakada Sedarinam Sahasra Sahasra Shirasam Shirasam Shvetam Shvetam Pranamani Patanjalim Pranamani Patanjalim Om. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to your side. Samastiki. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Inhale. Lift chin and chest. Exhale. Step back. Chaturanga. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. You're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Spread the fingers wide. Press your thighs towards the back of the room. 4. Finish your exhale. Look to the front of the mat. Step or travel. Inhale. Keep hands on the mat. Lift halfway. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Rise up. Press the hands. Exhale. Samastihiti. Inhale. Rise up. Look up. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Lift chin and chest. Exhale. Step back or float. Take your vinyasa. Lift hips, exhale, downward facing dog. 1, 2. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Curl the triceps in. Lift the hips. 4, 5. Finish your exhale. Look towards the front of the mat. Walk, step, or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, Samastihiti. Inhale, rise up. Press the palms. Exhale, fold, hinge at the waist. Keep a flat back. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Keep hands at the mat. Bend your knees as needed. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle into your down dog here. Start to encourage the heels towards the earth. Tuck the pelvis, lift the tailbone. 4 and 5. Finish your exhale. Walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Sweep the arms, press the palms together. Press pinkies together, gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, Samastihiti. Last one. Inhale, rise up, press palms. Exhale, fold, hinge at the waist. Keep a flat back, palms to the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or float. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin is one option. Jana's going to be doing a lot of modifications for us today, so we can see what kind of options we have available in some of these poses. So feel free to take your modifications. It's early, we're at home. Really going to have to focus our breath and our breathing here to build heat internally. One of the challenges of having a practice at home, unless you have heaters and humidifiers and all kinds of things going on, we're going to have to kind of look inside to help build that heat so we can reach our peak postures in a lot of these poses. So finish your exhale, look towards the front of the mat, walk, step, or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze of the thumbs, press pinkies together. Exhale, Samastahiti. Surya Namaskar B. Sit deep, bend the knees, sit in your chair, hands to the ceiling. Exhale, straighten the legs, hinge at the waist, forward fold, hands to the earth. Bend knees as needed. Inhale, lift halfway, lift chin and chest. Exhale, step or float. Knees, chest, chin, or take your vinyasa. Exhale, press hips to the sky, spread palms wide. Right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat. Rise up, find a deep bend in the knee, warrior one. Exhale, forward fold, step back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Bend in the knee, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold, or step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Gaze to the front of your mat. Walk, step, or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastahiti. Number 2, sit deep, Utkatasana, hands up, palms touch, gaze at thumbs. Exhale, straighten legs, flatten back, fold deep, hands to the earth. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Exhale, forward fold. Or step back, take your vinyasa. I'm sorry. Right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat, warrior one. Find a deep bend in the knee. Left blade edge of the foot digs into the mat, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, curl in, gaze at navel, step back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Gaze at the thumbs, press palms together. Exhale, fold deep, step back, take your vinyasa. Exhale, press hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. We're here for 5 breaths. 1, 2. Gaze at your navel. Spread the fingers wide. Triceps curl in. Finding a nice wide shoulders. 4 and 5. Finish your exhale. Walk, step, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sit deep, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Gaze at palms. Exhale, Samastahiti. Inhale, sit deep, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, hinge at the waist, palms to the earth. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat. Warrior one, sit deep, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, curl in, gaze at the navel. Right foot steps back, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Find a deep bend in the knee, gaze at the thumbs, spread the shoulder blades wide. Exhale, curl in, gaze at the navel, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish your exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, sit deep, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten legs, Samastahiti. Last one. Inhale, rise up, sit deep, Utkatasana. Press the palms together, gaze at the thumbs, rotate triceps in. Exhale, straighten legs, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat. Rise up, warrior one, press palms, gaze at thumbs. Exhale, curl in, step back, take your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog, left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Warrior one, sit deep, your final warrior one. Press palms, gaze at thumbs. Exhale, curl in, press palms on the mat, step back, take your vinyasa. We can always meet in downward facing dog. Too many vinyasas for you. There are a lot. We only do 17 in just the sun bees, so no big deal. 3, 4, and 5. Finish your exhale. Gaze at your thumbs. Walk, step, or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise up, Samastahiti. Hands at the waist, feet step about 6 to 8 inches apart. Lift the chest, pull elbows back, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist, straight legs. We'll come into Padma. These fingers and thumbs wrap around the big toes. Pull your belly to your thighs. That might mean you need to bend your knees a little bit. You want to spread your elbows wide. We're looking to find length in the spine here, not stretch the back of the legs. So real important that you go ahead and bend the knees as much as you need to so that you can find a nice long spine here. Stretch the head long, reaching the crown of the head towards the earth. Gaze is eventually working its way towards the ceiling behind you. Find one more inhale here. Exhale, release your toes. Bring wrist to the mat. Lift chest halfway. Exhale, fold deep. Place palms under feet. Toes come to wrist creases. Again, elbows are spread wide here, bending the knees as much as needed so I can bring my chest to my thighs. Start to bring weight into the toes. Really massage the wrist creases here. Then begin to press your thighs, the back of the thighs, towards the back of the room. 4 and 5. Release hands, lift chest. Hands return to waist, rise up with a flat back. Exhale, Samastahiti. Inhale, take a big step back with your right foot. You can use a block here if you need. We're gonna start to come into Utthita Trikonasana. So left foot should be about parallel with the front of the mat, maybe curled in a little bit. Right foot is pressing and pointing towards the back of the mat. We're gonna rise up, find a T with our arms, gaze towards the back of the room. We're gonna reach with the right hand, and then we will hinge down, reaching for our big toe. Left hand reaches towards the sky, arm is straight, gaze is working its way towards your left thumb. You can find a brick here, like Jana is, if reaching down all the way to the floor or reaching for your toe is a little bit much. Sometimes it's nice to have a brick there to help to relieve a little bit of that pressure if you have any shoulder pain or back pain in this posture. So I'm going to take 2 more breaths. 4 and 5. We'll rise up. Straighten the legs, rotate towards the front of the room. We'll turn the feet, right foot parallel with the back of the mat, left toes pointing towards the front of the mat, arms at a T. We'll hinge forward, reaching forward with the left hand. We'll start to hinge at the waist and reaching for our big toe with our peace finger and thumb. Right arm reaching towards the ceiling. Gaze working its way towards the right thumb. Chin working its way towards the right shoulder. Legs are straight. Engage the quadriceps here. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Press into the big toe mound of your left foot. Legs pressing equally here. 4 and 5. Rise up. Hands stay in a T. Rotate towards the back of the room. We'll take our revolved variation here. So, left arm. Left foot stays about parallel with the back of the mat. Right foot points towards the back, or with the front of the mat. Right foot points towards the back of the mat. We're going to bring our right hand to our right hip. Left hand reaches high. Reaching long and forward with the left hand. We're going to drop the thumb and start to curl in, bringing left shoulder around about in line with our right ankle. Right arm reaches towards the sky. Gaze reaching towards the right thumb. Again, engage quadriceps. Press the blade edge of your left foot into the mat. The big toe mound of the right foot pressing into the mat. 3, 4, and 5. Rise up. Hands return to a T. We're going to turn to face the front of the mat now. Take our revolved variation on the other side. Left toes point forward, right foot about parallel with the back of the mat. Right arm reaching high, left hand to left hip. Hinge at the waist, begin to reach forward. Once we've reached towards the front of the room, we're going to drop our thumb so we can turn our shoulder in. And we'll start to rotate towards bringing our hand towards the outside edge of our left foot with our right hand. Good place to find a brick here or a block to help elevate the earth for you. This is a pretty intense twist, so please don't hesitate. Don't want anybody hurting themselves. So I'm gonna find 2 more breaths here. The left arm reaching towards the ceiling, gaze towards the left thumb, chin coming to left shoulder. 4 and 5. Release, lift your gaze, rise up. Hands return to waist. Turn to face the front of the mat. Samastahiti. Exhale. I'm going to take a nice, big, long step back here with the right foot. Left foot about a 45-degree angle from the front of the mat. Right toes pointing directly towards the back of the mat. Find a big, deep bend in the right knee. Arms come to a T. Spread wide, reaching toward opposite edges of the room. Gazes towards the right hand. We're going to reach long and far forward with the right hand and begin to rotate. We'll find our extended side angle. Right palm comes to a brick or the floor or fingertips to the outside edge of the right foot. Left arm reaching long and straight towards the back of the room. 3, 4, and 5. Straighten the legs, rise up, arms remain in a T. We're going to turn and rotate towards the front of the mat now, finding our extended side angle. Find a deep bend in the left knee. Blade edge of the right foot presses deeply into the mat. Shoulders stay over hips here. We start to reach towards the front of the room. Rotating, hinging at the waist. Bring the left hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Right arm reaches long towards the front of the room. Gaze at the right thumb or palm. Again, we can find a brick here to help bring the earth up to us, up to our hand. Find a deep bend in the front knee. Engage the quadriceps. Try not to place all of your weight into your front foot. 4 and 5. Look up. Straighten the legs, rise up. We'll find our revolved variation. Turn and face the back of the mat. You can come up onto your left toes if you need to. Find a deep bend in the front knee. Right hand comes to right hip, left arm reaches high. We'll start to hinge at the waist, reaching long forward with the left hand. Turn the thumb, drop the thumb to the earth. Bring the elbow of your left hand to the outside edge of your right knee. Begin to find a rotation there. Start to rotate the chest in towards the ceiling. Left arm or right arm reaches towards the back of the room. Gazes at the right palm. 3, 4, and 5. Gaze at the mat. Straighten your legs. Turn and face the front of the mat. You come up onto your right toes if needed. Find a deep bend in the left knee. Right arm reaches high. Left hand at the hip. Reach forward, hinging at the waist with the right hand. Drop the thumb. Bring the tricep or your elbow of your right hand to the outside edge of your left knee. Or find a brick reaching towards the floor. Extend left hand towards the front of the room. Gaze at left palm. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Return hands to the waist. Straighten legs. Lift up. Turn and face the front of the room. Samastahiti. Okay. Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a big step back with the right foot. Feet are parallel with the short edges of your mat. Toes maybe are turned in slightly. Hands at hips. We're going to lift the chest here. Find an inhale. Exhale, hinging at the waist. Pull the belly in. Engage the quadriceps. Inner thighs rotate towards the back of the room. Outer thighs rotate towards the back of the room. Start to bring weight into your toes. Hands come to the earth directly below the shoulders. And we start to walk our hands back so that they begin to become parallel or in line with our feet. Crown of the head reaching towards the earth. Pull the belly in here. We're looking for a nice long spine. We don't want to curl it in. Again, looking to create length here. One more inhale. Finish your exhale. Lift your gaze. Bring hands under shoulders. Return hands to hips. And lift up. Hinge at the waist with a flat back. Find an inhale here. Lift the chest. Keeping hands on hips here. Find an inhale. Pull the belly in. Exhale. Fold deep. Again, engaging the quadriceps. Legs are strong here. Pressing strength into the blade edges of your feet. Starting to bring weight into the big toe mounds here. Encouraging the center of the head, the crown of the head towards the earth. 3, 4, and 5. Lift your gaze. Flatten the back. Rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Bring arms to a T. Drop your thumbs. Interlace fingers behind the back. Get the first 2, 3 fingers probably. My pinkies usually don't come together here. I'm going to roll the shoulder blades back. Roll my shoulders back. Open the chest. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge at the waist. Keeping arms behind back. Start to encourage your wrist and your palms towards the part of the room that's behind your head. Whichever direction that might be for you. Inhale. 3, 4, and 5. Lift up. Find a flat back. Rise up. Hands return to waist. Inhale. Lift chest. Exhale. Pull belly in. Forward fold. We're going to bring our big toes to our hands. Peace fingers and thumb. Wrap around. Big toes. Elbows are spread wide, pointing towards the ceiling. Our gaze reaching for the ceiling behind and between our legs. Again, find strength in the quadriceps here. Pull the belly in. Inner thighs rotate in. Outer thighs will rotate out. And one more inhale here. Finish your exhale. Lift your gaze. Rise up. Hands return to waist. Find a flat back. Exhale. Samastahiti. Front of the mat. Our next pose. Paschimottanasana. So, hands stay at waist. We'll take a big step back, maybe about 3 feet or so, with our right foot. We're going to turn and face the back of the mat. Left foot is about a 45-degree angle. We have a heel to heel alignment here. We're going to lift the hands, spread them wide, drop the thumbs. We're going to bring palms together, or maybe fists pressed together behind the back. Want to get it right behind the heart here, just under the shoulder blades. Pressing our chest wide and open, spreading the collarbone wide and back. We'll find an inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold, hinging at the waist. Gonna bring belly to rest on thigh. Shin reaching towards shin. Gaze at the big toe. We're not curling in here. We're trying to find a nice long neck, nice long throat. Focus your breathing here. Really press into the back here with the hands. It should be really helping to open your chest up and almost hinging, pressing you forward, using arm strength almost to help pull your chest towards your thigh. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lift up. Rise up. Turn and face the back of the mat, or the front of the mat. Left foot, left toes pointing directly towards the front of the mat. Right toes at about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit steeper. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold deep, hinge at the waist. Bring belly to rest on thigh. Gaze towards the big toe, encouraging chin towards shin. Palms pressing together or fists pressing together right just behind the heart. 3, 4, and 5. Lift up. Turn towards the side of the mat. Release hands. Exhale, Samastahiti towards the front of the mat. All right. Some balancing time here. Going to open the right knee up and lift. Reach in, find big toe with your right peace finger and thumb. Left hand comes to left hip. Find a nice, strong left leg here. We're going to extend the right foot forward, pressing the heel towards the front of the room. Start to lift the right leg as much as possible here, pulling up and back on the big toe. Left shoulder starts to curl in towards the right shin. 3, 4, and 5. Lift up, find a flat back. Right foot starts to come to the outside, the right side of the room here. Press your heel towards the outside, find an open hip. If you need to bend the knee a little bit here, really we're trying to open up the right hip, not press our right leg as straight as possible. So if it helps to find a bend in the knee, please do that. One more breath, exhale. Inhale, come to the front of the mat. Right toe points forward, heel pressing towards the front of the room. Lift up, lift, 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 and release the foot, float the foot. Press the heel towards the front of the room, press the ball of the foot towards the front of the room. Lean into it, 4 and 5, release the foot. You can do a little miniature shimmy here if you like. It's not required. Other side. Lift the left knee to the outside. Reach inside the left foot or the left leg with your left hand. Find your big toe with your peace finger and thumb. Press the left foot towards the front of the room. Engage the right leg is strong. We're going to lift the left leg as much as possible, pulling up and back. Curl the right shoulder towards the right or left knee. 4 and 5, release, lift up, open the hip, left leg to the left side of the room, pressing long, gaze starts to work its way towards the right side of the room. 3, 4, and 5, turn to the front of the room, lift the left leg, pull the big toe up. 1, release. Left foot, float the left foot, press towards the front of the room. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Alrighty. Next pose. Tabata, Paschimottanasana. We're going to lift the right knee. Reach inside the leg, find the outside of the right ankle with the right hand. Bring the blade edge of your right foot towards your left hip crease. If this is a lot for you or too much, we can always find tree pose here, bringing the right sole of the right foot towards the inside of the left thigh, hands at heart center. If you are in your bind, reach the right arm up, reach behind you, reaching for big toes around the back of the right foot. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing left arm to the mat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look up, rise up, release the foot, release the hand, come stand at the front of the mat. Left side, left leg lifts up, reach inside the leg, find the outside of the left calf. Bring the blade edge of the left foot towards the right hip crease. Lift up, lift chest. Left arm reaches high. Reach behind your back, reaching for your big toes. Inhale. Exhale, fold deep. Bring right hand to the mat. Flat back. 3, 4, and 5. Look up. Rise up. We'll meet in tree pose. Release the toes. Release the hands. Samasahiti. Inhale. Rise up. Hands up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands to the mat. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze to the front of the mat. Walk, step, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend deep in the knees. Hips sink back. Hands towards the ceiling. Palms pressed together. Gaze at the thumb. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Straighten legs. Hinge at the waist. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat. Warrior 1. Find a deep bend in the front knee. Triceps rotate in, palms pressed together, gaze at your thumbs. Blade edge of the left foot digging into the mat, bringing weight into the big toe mound of the right foot. Keep shoulders over waist, find a flat back here. 4 and 5, straighten legs. Rotate and turn towards the back of the mat. Find a deep bend in the left knee. Right foot digs in, right blade edge of the heel or of your right foot digs into the mat. Press palms together, gaze at the thumbs. Triceps rotate in, shoulders spread wide. 4 and 5. Warrior 2. Adjust your feet as needed. Find heel to arch alignment. Find a deep bend in the front knee. Fingertips spread towards the opposite edges of the room. Press length and strength into your quadriceps. Front thigh reaching towards parallel towards the front of the room. 4 and 5. Look up, straighten legs. Turn and face the front of the room. Find a deep bend in the right knee. Spread fingertips wide. Keep shoulders over hips. Find a lifting almost from the back. Use the back and the scapular muscles to help lift the arms and take some of that weight. 4 and 5. Lift both hands. Turn and face the front of the mat. Place palms on the ground, step or float back, take your vinyasa. Down, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Look towards the front of the mat, jump through, sit down. Legs out straight. Toes pressed together. Bring hands to about the knees here and start to pull them backwards, pressing into the mat until we feel like we can fully press into the mat, almost lifting ourselves off the ground. Engage quadriceps. Find a slight tuck of the chin. 4. Should be fully engaged here. Quadriceps firing, core firing, arms pressing hard. And 5, exhale. Keeping that same engagement in the legs and the belly. And the arms reach out beyond the toes. Find peace fingers and thumbs wrap around big toes. We're looking for a flat back here. I like to keep my arms as straight as I possibly can so that I can help to maintain a flat back as I pull myself forward. Gazing at the big toes. Again, keep throat open, keep neck long. 4 and 5. Release big toes, reach out again, reach out beyond your feet. And we're gonna wrap our hands around our feet. Thumbs come to the top of our big toe mounds, our big toe knuckles. We're gonna press forward with our thumbs into our big toes, and we're gonna peel the sides of our feet back towards our shoulders. Gaze is forward, back is flat. 4 and 5, release. Bring hands to the earth about 6 inches behind your back or so. Fingertips pressing, pointing towards the front of the mat. Start to press length into the arms. Press big toes towards the earth. Lift the hips. Gaze towards the back of the room. Gaze is off of the nose. 3, 4, and 5, release. Bring hands to the mat, cross legs. Lift up, jump back or float. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down. Tabata, Padma, Paschimottanasana. So similar to our bound forward folding we did earlier, we're going to do this on the ground though, same posture more or less. We're going to find the right edge, or the right foot, we're going to find the blade edge of it, and we're going to bring it up to our left hip crease. Almost like our figure 4 type position here. We're going to lift right arm high, reach around behind the back, reaching for right toes. If we don't get them, that's fine. We're just gonna find a nice reach here. We're trying to help open the shoulder blades, press into the kidneys. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze at big toe. Keep flat back here. 3, 4, and 5, release. Lift up, release leg. Toes towards the front of the mat. Other side. Left foot comes in. Open to the outside. Bring the blade edge of your left foot to the right hip crease. Lift left arm high. Reach towards the back of the room. Reach around and behind you. Reaching for big toes of the left foot. Right arm reaches high. Forward folding. Hinging at the waist here, pull the belly in. Reach for the big toe or the outside edge of your right foot. Bring left shoulder blade in. 3, 4, and 5, release. Cross legs, plant hands, lift up, take your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down. Chaturanga, Mukha, Pada, Paschimottanasana. I find it useful to have a brick here or a rolled up towel that I can place underneath my left hip here. My right toes are pointing back and I have a deep bend in the right knee. Left foot presses forward and have my right heel directly in line with my right hip. Toes are pointing backwards. I place a block or a rolled up towel sometimes underneath my left hip. Helps relieve some of the pressure in the right knee. So arms lift up, reaching high, pull the belly in, exhale, folding forward, reaching out beyond the left knee, beyond the left toes. Interlace fingers or find wrist. If that's too far for you, you can always just bring your hands to the ankle or calf. Fold deep. Gaze at big toes. 4 and 5. Release. You're going to lift up here. Just find a little bit of a lift. Cross legs or straight leg. Other side. Right leg is long. Left toes come back. Left heel directly in line with left hip. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reaching towards the right foot or calf or ankle. And a deep stretch in the left hamstring. 4 and 5. Release, cross ankles, find your vinyasa, or we will meet in downward facing dog. You're there, finish your exhale, gaze towards the front of the mat, walk, step, or float, and sit down. Janu Shirshasana, part A. Left leg is long. Bring right, the sole of the right foot in line with to press against the inside of your left thigh. Big toe mountain should be pressing in towards the earth of the right foot here. Right knee is open, right hip is open, reaching out beyond your left leg here with the hands. Bring wrists or interlace fingers together around your left foot. Press heel into your inner left thigh. Back is nice and long here. Gaze at the big toes. 3, 4, and 5. Release hands, lift up. Find a flat back, cross the ankles. Lift up. Switch it out. Right leg is long. Find a deep bend in the left knee. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Arms lift. Pull belly in. Extend out. Fold over the right thigh. Belly on thigh. Gaze towards big toes. 4 and 5. Cross legs. Lift up. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down. Asana, part A. Left leg is long. Bring right heel to right sits bone. Find a deep bend in the right knee. Left hand comes back behind you for a little support. We're going to reach forward, lifting up off of our right buttocks, and we're lifting up completely off the ground with our bottom area. We're going to reach our right arm long, drop our thumb, bring our shoulder around the outside of the right knee. Reaching back for the left hand, find our bind here. Interlace fingers, reach for opposite wrists. Pressing length into the left leg, big toe mound presses towards the front of the room. Inside of right thigh rotates towards the front of the room. Our right sit bone should be lifted off of the earth here just slightly. 4 and 5, release. Lift your gaze, straighten legs, find your lift, or cross ankles, find your lift. I'm going to switch out the legs here. Right leg is straight. Left heel comes to left sits bone. Right arm behind you for support. Left arm reaches high, reaches towards the front of the room. Drop the thumb, curl around front knee with left arm reaching behind, reaching for your right hand. Pull belly in. Press length into the right leg. Inner left thigh rotates forward. 4 and 5, release. Lift up, find your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down. Marichyasana, part B. Bring your left heel to your right sits bones. Right heel is directly in front of your left heel. So about where your foot ends and your leg begins. Left arm behind you for support. Right arm reaches high. Reach forward towards the front of the room. Drop the thumb. Bring right arm around the outside of the right knee. Reach back for the left hand. Find your bind. Interlace fingers, clasp fingers. And start to curl in here. Bring weight into the right knee. Gaze towards the big toe. 3, 4, and 5, lift up. Release hands. Cross ankles. Find your lift here. Exhale. Opposite side. Right heel comes to right sitting, or left sits bone. Left heel comes directly in front of that. Right foot, right hand towards the back of the room. Left arm reaches high. Reach towards the front of the room. Drop the thumb. Swoop around the outside of the left knee with the left hand. Reaching back towards the right hand. Find your bind here. Reach for opposite wrists. Bring weight into the big toe mound of your left foot. Again, inner left thigh rotates towards the front of the room. Curl in. 4 and 5. Release. Cross your ankles. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down, heart C. Left leg is long. Right knee bends in. Right heel towards right sitting bone. Left hand out behind you, or right arm behind you. Left arm reaches high. We're going to reach at about a 45-degree angle beyond our mat. Bring left hand to the outside edge of the right hip. Left leg is straight. Left heel and big toe mound pressing towards the front of the room. Start to peel the heart open towards the side of the room. Gaze working its way towards the back of the mat. 3, 4, and 5. Look towards the front of the mat. Release. Cross your legs or keep straight legs. Find your lift. Exhale, other side. Right leg is long. Left heel comes to left sitting bones. Left arm out behind you. Right arm reaches high. You're gonna reach out beyond the left knee. And we'll curl in, start to rotate the chest towards the left side of the room. Right hand comes to left hip. Or maybe you reach around the left knee to find your bind, reaching back to grasp the left hand. Chest opens towards the side of the room. Gaze working its way over the left shoulder towards the back of the mat. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Look forward. Cross ankles. Step or float. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Directly into downward facing dog. Finish your exhale. Gaze towards the front of the mat. Walk, step, or float. Part D. Bring right heel to left sitting bones. Left heel directly in front of that. Oh, we're doing the other side. Yeah. The other way. Left heel to right sitting bones. Right heel directly in front of that. Bring your right hand for some support behind you. Left arm reaches high, reaching out around the right knee. Start to curl in and around. Bring left hand to right hip crease or right sitting bone. Again, encouraging gaze towards the back of the mat. Chest opens towards the right side of the room. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Cross ankles. Find your lift. Opposite side. Right heel to left sitting bone. Left heel directly in front of a right heel. Reach back with your left arm to find support. Reach high towards the ceiling with the right arm. Reach towards the front of the room. Drop the thumb. Curl in. Press weight into the inside edge of the left big toe mound. Rotate left inner thigh towards the front of the room. Right arm either reaches around the left knee and around the back to find the left hand for your bind, or right palm comes to left hip. Chest opening towards the left side of the room. Gaze over the left shoulder towards the back of the room. One last breath here. Exhale, release. Plant hands. Cross ankles. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, lift hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through, sit down. Navasana, boat pose. We'll do 5 rounds of boat with 5 breaths each. In between each round, we'll plant our hands, cross our ankles, find a slight lift, release, back into boat pose. Beginning with boat, you can bend the knees and bring your hands under your calves or under your thighs and lift if you like. Finding parallel feet. Keep the chest lifted is key here. Pull the belly in. Gaze over the toes. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Plant hands, cross your ankles. Find a slight lift. Back down. Boat pose, Navasana. You can also straighten the legs. Keep hands under thighs. Gaze at thumbs. Finding a nice open chest here, really lifting the sternum towards the toes and towards the knees. Sometimes I've heard it described as if someone dropped an ice cube down your back and you have to curl in and forward. 4, 5, release, plant hands, find your lift. Straighten legs, Navasana. Third option, legs are straight. Toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Arms are spread wide. 3, pull the belly in. 4, lift the chest. 5, release. Plant hands. Find your lift. 4, legs are straight. Chest is lifted. Slight tuck of the chin. 4, 5, plant hands, lift up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, plant hands, lift up, jump, step, or float back, take your vinyasa. Finish your exhale, jump through, sit down, Konasana, bound ankle. Bring soles of feet together. Shins should be about parallel with the front edge of your mat. Grasp around the outside edges of your toes. Lift the chest. Elbows are spread wide. Inhale, look up. Exhale, begin to fold deep. Here, keep a flat back. Elbows press to the inside of the hips, right at the waist. 3, 4, and 5, lift up. Peel, reach for the outside edges of your feet. Start to peel the feet open here. Elbows stay at hip creases. Find a long spine, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, fold deep. Again, finding a nice long spine here. Try not to curl in, press feet in, or press elbows into hip creases. 4, 5, release, lift up. Now we're going to bring elbows out in front of calves or pressing into kneecaps. Inhale, lift up. Shoulders wide. Exhale, curl in. Finally, you can bring the chin to the chest. Gazing in between the feet towards the heels. 4 and 5. Release. Lift up. Cross ankles, plant hands. Take your vinyasa. Jump through, sit down. Take Tabata, Padma. Come to rest, lay flat on your back. Hands on the earth beside you. Inhale, lift the right leg. Keep the left leg straight. Palm of left hand comes to rest on the left quadricep, pressing into the earth. Inhale, reach for big toe of right foot with peace finger and thumb of right hand. Straight leg, inhale. Exhale, curl in. Lift the big toe towards the back of the room. Left shoulder reaches towards left knee or right knee. 4, 5, lay back. Open the right hip towards the outside of the room. Knee can be bent here. 3, 4, and 5. Right leg points towards the ceiling. Come up. Inhale, curl in. Do a crunch. Bring chin to chin. 3, 4, and 5. Lay back. Release leg. Inhale. Exhale, left leg lifts. Reach your big toe with peace finger and thumb of left hand. Right hand to right quadricep, pressing it into the earth. We want to make sure that right hip and right quad stay attached to the earth here. Inhale, curl in. Bring chin to shin. Pull left toes towards the back of the room. Do a crunch here. You should really have most of your upper back lifted off of the earth here. 4 and 5. Lay back. Open left thigh, left hip towards the outside of the room. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, release foot. Lay back. Plant hands. Chakrasana prep. You can cross ankles and start to roll weight back and towards your shoulders. And we will roll forward from there towards the front of the mat. Step or float back and take your vinyasa. Finish your exhale. Once you're in downward facing dog, gaze towards the front of the mat, walk, step, or float. Jump through, sit down. We'll do our back bends here. You can choose either full wheel or bridge pose. Camel pose is also sometimes an acceptable option as well. So, you're at your house. You do what feels good for you. But we are going to bring our feet about parallel with each other. Or not about. We want them parallel with each other. We want them just about out of reach of our fingers. If we reach our hands down there and try to graze our heels. And from here, we want to begin to press weight into the heels. Lift the hips towards the sky. We're going to interlace fingers behind our back here and begin to press the shoulders into the earth. We want to bring as much of that weight as possible either into the shoulders or up into the feet. We shouldn't be resting any of that weight in our neck or head. We want to press our wrists into the ground. 3, 4, and 5. Release. And you can either take a full wheel here. You can do another bridge pose. You can take a supported bridge. You can take camel. You can just lay there. Your options. So, Jenna, I think she wants to work really hard. So, she's probably going to do the full variation of everything. So, anyway, pick your posture. Press into your posture. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Third set. Pick your pose. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Pick your posture. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Last round here. We'll hold this one for 9 breaths. Pick your pose. Press into your posture. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Remove your brick. Lie flat. Bring hands to frame your ears. Chakrasana prep. Lift legs, roll back under the shoulders. Bring your weight forward. Plant hands, step or float. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, gaze towards the front of your mat. Walk, step or float. Jump through, sit down. Legs straight, Paschimottanasana. curl in here this time. So gonna press our feet long, press toes together, press heels towards the front of the room, reach up, pull belly in, reach long, reach around the outside edges of the big toes. Thumbs come to the top of the big toe knuckles, inhale, lift. Exhale, curl in. Finally, we get to curl in. We can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Bring forehead to rest on knees. Chin to chest. 3, 4, and 5. Lift up. Cross ankles, plant your hands. Take your vinyasa. Jump through, sit down. Cross ankles. Find our yoga mudra here. Easy pose. Lotus is in your practice. You take lotus here. We're going to bring wrists to rest on the tops of the knees here, pressing fingertips down towards the earth. Find an inhale, nice long arms, nice stretch of the wrist. 3, 4, and 5. Release. Interlace fingers. Bring hands to rest to the outside of your hips here, or maybe you find a brick or something. Interlace. Keep ankles crossed or stay in your lotus pose here. We're going to find our Utthita lift here. So press into the earth, lift yourself up off the earth. We'll be here for 10 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Plant your hands. Step or float back. Find your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down, or jump through. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva. Right palms. Inhale, hands at heart center, Namaste. Couple of breaths here. We'll take our final vinyasa. Samastahiti, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Press palms together, gaze at thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift chin and chest. Exhale. Step back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down, lay down. Take your final Shavasana. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you soon. I sure hope. Yeah, Josh, I see you. We'll call. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.